meditate then for a little while. You won't be bothered by anything. The girls with their earth packing are just offering to all the deities. And the occasional saw that's just opening up a doorway to the lower realms for beings to come up and join our assembly. And as you have already been with us, I've been sitting here meditating, just sort of empty the mind and just let your breath go. And open yourself to all the different sounds and things that are happening around. Let them be part of yourself without being disturbed, so that no one can be disturbed. And then we right away open up the refuge field, as we've learned to do, and I think everyone, even some in the new group, know about that. Where just think of the sky above, here above Lhasa, there are all the refuge beings, the enlightening beings, and they're there above us in the sky, like up with the sun. And they're shining down powerful rays of inspiration, luminous light, bliss, pleasure, understanding. These rays are flowing into us through our head, filling up our bodies with light and luminosity. And around us, all the beings, all the universes, especially the ones in our local universe, especially the ones that we know and love, whether they're back in America, in California, New York, the Middle East, Middle West, wherever they are. They're looking at us, sitting around us in a big host, big crowd, and they're looking and they see us brightening up as we fill up with the light from the enlightening beings in the sky. The whole sky full of them, just a vast host of them. And we're creating this setting. And then around us, all the beings who are receiving the light reflected from us, since they don't know to look in the sky. Don't worry if you can't visualize the sky as full of enlightening beings right away. Just feel the light of them and feel the blessing of them. Feel the energy of them flowing into you, making you feel buoyant and peaceful, luminous, calm, happy, contented, needing nothing more really. As you inhale, the light comes in from these beings, and your glow intensifies. And as you exhale, your glow flows out to the beings around you, so that you and all beings, under the whole infinite host of enlightening beings, you becoming like an hourglass focus, become a giant glowing cycle of energy, of enlightening energy. Breathe naturally and normally. And feeling all your toes and fingers and limbs and channels and organs and bones even filling up with it, brain and spine filling up with blissful energy. With luminous energy. And overflowing to all the beings around you. Why this is especially auspicious for us here on the roof of the Jokang is 600 years ago, or 550 years ago, Tsongkhapa was meditating here, and he received a vision of the Bodhisattva Manjushri, the bright orange flaming wisdom archangel, you could say, or Buddha. And Manjushri taught him what we've already gone through. Group 1 of us have already gone through. Group 2 probably read it in different books, but we'll go through again. The path of the 3 principal elements of renunciation, which is really having compassion for yourself, of the spirit of enlightenment of bodhicitta, which is having compassion for all beings, and intending, willing, and vowing their freedom from suffering through your Buddhahood. The finally wisdom, which is the actual understanding that provides the Buddhahood and makes the compassion effective and real, and turns that compassion into the great bliss that is liberating of all beings from suffering. So for us to run through these themes here on the roof one by one, even though we maybe not gain, we don't pretend to gain a complete understanding of all of them, even though in some sense there are things that we all know already, it's just massively auspicious, both for us and others. You're in this spot, blessed by Nanjashri and Tsongkhapa. Many, many, many sincere seekers and meditators and bodhisattvas. Now we'll turn our mind to the first theme of the preciousness of our human life, endowed with liberty and opportunity. What a wonderful embodiment we have, how lucky we are to be here, to have this awareness that we have, body-mind complex. We know this theme now. We know now how to feel the confidence and the buoyancy and the sense of zest being this really fortunate being. You can see your potential to become fully awakened, fully unfolded as an evolutionary being. It gives you a great sense of awe, really, and responsibility, delight to think what you can and will become, and recovering your true potential. And each time when you reflect on one of these themes, just you send your mind like an arrow, like a dart, a needle of light into this theme, and you see the whole thing, kind of. We won't take much time in each one. If you gain a different level of respect for yourself than you usually have, you realize what an amazing being you are. What an amazing opportunity you have, not only for yourself, by making yourself a free person, making yourself a glowing ball of blissful energy. Even if you don't say anything to them, even you smile at them, even they're idiots, somehow you benefit them. That energy just conveys itself to them and lifts them up. Then we move to the second. Every time we have this, then the light flows down from the enlightening beings in the sky over the holy city of Lhasa. And then it flows out to all the beings around us, friend, neutral, and enemy, sharing them, bringing them into the field of Lhasa, place of gods, bringing them into the light of the enlightening beings. We turn into the second theme. The theme of the immediacy of death. Remind ourselves of the certainty that we will die and lose this magnificent embodiment that we have with its opportunity. Reminding ourselves that there's no certainty as to when that could be. So we should live with an intensity and honesty and integrity and a focus as if these were our last moments. Every day is our last day. Every week our last week. Every year our last year. And we remind ourselves that what is at essence in this moment is the core, deepest soul energy of our being. That it be loving and not angry. That it be transcendent and not grasping. That it be wise and realistic and connected and not deluded and isolated and confused. So that we bring this together, this theme on death, our death, and we boil down our sense of identity to that innermost core of our being, which is beyond death, where we confidently know that we will live in the light, live in the truth. Combining that with the precious human life we have, we get more focused. More luminous light pours down into us. More luminous light flows out to others. Their gratitude comes back to us, giving us more inspiration. Our gratitude goes back to enlightening beings, making them more happy. Turn to the third theme of the inevitability of causality, of evolutionary causality. Every single thing we think, say, or do physically becomes the cause of some future condition. Our present condition itself is caused by all the things we've said and thought and did in the past. Therefore, every single little tiny thing, if we meditate this way, if we think that way, if we give this gift, if we tolerate this problem, if we develop this creative thought, a little better than it otherwise habitually would be, then that's a huge advantage. Everything matters absolutely. If we slip away and just allow this to be negative with that, then that has a huge negative consequence. So we now have the three themes together: preciousness of our life, endowed with limited opportunity, immediacy of our death, and the essentiality of the way we focus our life. The inevitability of causation, the most subtle things that lies between them. And finally, we reflect very deeply, fourth theme here, on suffering of the egocentric life perspective and lifestyle, a finite life view. How any condition we might have where we are separate from the universe, and the universe is apart from us, the infinite universe, and we are therefore in some sense set against the universe, seeking from the universe, seeking not to be oppressed by the universe. That any condition, even if we become a god, is unsatisfactory, because the infinite universe will always be greater than us, and we will never succeed in imposing our state, our will, our want. We'll never be satisfied. We'll always be frightened the universe will do something to us. We'll always have anxiety and anticipation. So there is no goal within the state of being unenlightened, egocentric, separated, alienated being. There is no kind of alienated way of being that we want. We don't want to be president. We don't want to be like famous. We don't want to be rich. We don't want to have like many relationships. We don't. None of those things in our present condition will be satisfying to us. We now are wise enough to know. So we abandon all drives for any such lesser goal than the goal of enlightenment, where we feel completely one with the whole universe, completely free. That is where the true source of happiness and contentment and safety and security lies. So combining those four themes, precious life we have, immediacy of death, inevitability of evolution, inadequacy of alienated and ignorant life, we then feel sorry for ourselves. We then look at ourselves, the way we spend our time, and we wonder, poor thing, why do you run around like that? Why do you worry like that? Why do you feel you need this and that so much? Why do you feel you lost this and that so much? Why are you so driven and so anxious and so pressed and so pushed? Instead of looking back into yourself and discovering what infinite resources, infinite contentment, infinite pleasure, infinite happiness, love, peace is there.